We'll be going to this match shortly. A closer look at the competitors. Matt saying hi to his friends from North Carolina. And Banaments taking the drink now. Did have a short commute to the hotel casino today. Lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. And there is Lance Harris. Played as Luna all last year. Part of this year. Changed his name to the arcade name Banaments. And there is Matt Vick. Vick in a box. Former college football kicker. Played at Chattanooga, a proud moccasin. His second world championship, qualified last year, and has repeated that tough task and is back in the championship this year, trying to improve his finish from last year. Should be going to the matchup soon. Both players have shaken hands. Gino should be here shortly. Chris Longino, you know him from his podcast. He is the alpha. He will be doing the arcade tournament as well. A historian when it comes to the great game of Golden Tee. It is unbelievable when he starts talking about the game's past, the game's present, the game's future. I think you will enjoy him on this broadcast. He has worked very hard, and I'm impressed with the knowledge base that he is gaining in the mobile game because, quite frankly, it is not his strong suit, but he has worked hard to understand the game. He plays in Golden Tee Mobile, the league. Did not play this season. He's got a lot going on in his personal life, but he has played it. He's trying to understand the game, brings the podcast to the people of the mobile side as well as arcade. Has done a heck of a job trying to get the word out on this great game as I continue to look at Matt Vick. Handsome lad. See Andy Coleman, the vice president of esports, and he is going over last second, I don't know, details. And I think we're about ready to go. Again, we are at the Westgate Casino. We talk about this place. This is the house that Andy Haas built in arcade, won his first world championship here years ago, and we are back. So here is the mobile first match. We are live and ready to go. Vick in a box and Banaments. We are on Cape Haven. This is the front nine. And both players are off here on the first hole. First hole, a chance to get an early stroke on your opponent if you can throw one in from the fairway. Both players taking their time on the iPads. It's important to try to replicate the way that you play at home. Try to find a comfort level that you can assimilate into a world championship, into an unfamiliar setting on a stage. These two are front and center. There are players in the crowd watching them play, watching every move, watching every shot. Vick in a box points his first hole, I believe, birdies, and he is on his way. I do not know if Lance holed out one or not. I cannot see it as well as I would like to see it. So let's see the scorecard here shortly. Hole number 2 here on Cape Haven. '22 Golden Tee Mobile World Championship. I am Chad Schrump, and I will be joined by Chris Longino shortly. Lance Harris is going to go with a javelin. And so will Vick. And as you recall, when you watch the mobile videos as we qualified through the 16 weeks, the pace of play due to the nature of the editing of the video, it's bam, 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 bam. It's very quick. But that is edited that way. I mean, these players are taking their time. Vick makes his putt. He is now 2 under par. That was probably an eagle, actually. So he should be, that's a birdie. So he is now 2 under. And Lance Harris holds out. He continues his hot play. Birdies 1, holds out number 2. That is how he has been playing this game the last 3 months. He is playing a game unlike anyone has ever seen in Golden T-Mobile, the way he has been playing. Holes out his second hole, and if you had questions about the nerves, if you wondered if he could do this in front of people, he has answered that very quickly. Banaments holes out from the fairway, 1-stroke lead after 2 over Matt Vick. We go to the par 3. This one, if they are hitting 3 irons, I cannot tell. I'm going to need to be able to see this better than I can see, because I can't see some details on what clubs they have right now. So bear with me. This is a stinger from Lance. He just scoots it past on the right side. We'll have an easy putt from the fringe, and he makes it. Here is Vick. Also a stinger, and he just misses to the right side, runs up that fringe and comes back down. Should be an easy putt. He makes it, and we continue. Lance Harris, an early hole out. Hole number 2 has a 1-stroke lead on Matt Vick. Opening match of the 2022 Golden T-Mobile World Championship here at the Westgate in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is Lance Harris lining up his drive. Vick has already reached a safe place. Now with a maniacs in and just runs it past the right side. Very nice shot from Vick. He will get an eagle. And that is a good pin placement for the players. It's a tough hole when this pin is cut on the front side of the green. It is hard to land that shot and have a manageable putt. So we continue. Vick has gone up a hole as far as the pace of play. He is 1 hole ahead right now of Lance Harris, but Lance has a 1-stroke lead, carefully lining up a, looks like a high loft driver, or is that a big stick? Cannot tell. It looks like a maniacs for sure. I see that. As Vick hits, and he has gone past the hole and will have a right breaker. This is a test of the nerves for Vick. Right breaking putt. Nicely done from the former place kicker. Used to pressure. 44-footer. That could easily run off the rails if you're not in a good place with your nerves. And he is in and good. Lance Harris still looking at this shot. Of course, Vick almost holed this one out. Very deliberate pace early from Banaments. Vick now 2 holes ahead and again trails a stroke, but made a beautiful putt on the last hole. Lance has hit, throws it down just short. No great shot points, but that is a tap-in eagle. Maintains a 1-stroke lead over Matt Vick, and now he will be playing the drivable par 4 that Vick just eagled. Here is Vick from the fairway, 1 hole ahead, as you all are well aware. And that runs off into the fringe. That'll be a left breaker, should not be an issue, and it is not. Good putt from Vick. He moves on, trails by 1. Lance Harris still sizing up his drive here on this drivable par 4. Big shot. There's not room to really land this shot and have a short putt. You are looking best case scenario. Honestly, I think Vick had best case scenario, 30 or 40 footer. And it looks like Lance will have the same. And we saw this breaks quite a bit. This is a chance for Vick to get a stroke back. Trails by 1, and I am joined by the Alpha. Chris Longino making his appearance, and Lance buries a putt.
Excellent putt.
That was pressure packed. Maintains his 1-stroke lead. Welcome, my brother.
Good to see you, Chad Trump.
We're here, man.
It took forever for us to get here, and we are finally here for the 2022 Golden Tee World Championship and the Golden Tee Mobile World Championship.
We're here, man. Matt Vick trails one in this match early. Lance Harris doing Lance Harris things, hold out the second hole.
Ooh.
And took a 1-stroke lead. He's just been doing this for the last 3 months. He's been absolutely unbelievable and is playing very well.
Matt appeared to have missed another putt. He's down 2.
Yeah. Matt this is his second Golden Tee Mobile World Championship from North Carolina. Look at that shot from Lance Harris. Throws an orbits into the back of the green. Of
Beautiful.
course, it's downhill, comes back quickly, and he will maintain a 2-stroke lead, although he does what? He's 1 hole behind at least at this point. I was just telling the viewers, it's hard where we're sitting right now. It's hard to see a lot of detail from the view that we have. Either that or my eyes have gotten terrible.
We're doing the best we can with it. It does seem a little far off for us to see. Hopefully some of our screens in booth here will be going at some point. Chad, Cape Haven, tell me about this course.
It's a long course. I mean, it presents itself long in many instances, especially the back 9. I know we're playing the front 9 right now. Mm-hmm. Like this hole in particular, there's times when it is literally everything you can do. The hole that Lance is playing even reached that strip of fairway. The wind could be in your face so much that a Maniacs barely makes it. Looks like they didn't really have that this time, but you have to hit a precise shot into these fairways and greens because there's super deep bunkers. You remember that from the days on arcade, obviously. You get in a bunker in the wrong position here, and it is nightmare fuel. Big numbers. Lance, one better.
Love the posture Lance Harris is using. His, I guess, the crossed leg stance in the chair.
I mean, and I talked about this before you joined. It's very important to find a comfortable spot the way you play at home to try to replicate that so you can make your typical swipe, the swipe you use day in, day out. Mm-hmm. How do we do it? Well, I believe Lance. I believe that's how he sits at home. And he is comfortable in playing like it. That is a good shot from Vick.
And then you can tell Matt is not nearly as deliberate as Lance is.
Yeah. Oh, missed putt from Matt.
It's 3 this round for him.
So he will finish what? He's going into the
10th hole at 11 under and a hole in one.
Lance, another one. Lance Harris, you are a maniac right now. 2 better. He is on, 15 pace here on the front. Vick shoots an 11 on the front. We move to the back, and this back 9 can play unbelievably long. And we talked on the podcast about being able to overpower a course, and it is very difficult in mobile to overpower a course. It's not the same game as cabinet when it comes to that. You just can't reach a lot of these holes like maybe you could if you were playing cabinet. You just can't get there. And it's some massive risks trying to reach some greens because of the way they're sloped, water behind. If you can maybe reach a green, you might not be able to stop the ball. I mean, there's a lot of risk involved for these guys.
And Lance, who will appear, if he can get eagle here, will go up 4 through 9 holes. Just playing outstanding right now.
He's been playing so well. And it's,
high tee Maniacs with a 3-wood. Getting aggressive a little bit here, right?
Get over that, and it slides down.
Ooh.
Just so well done. It's just well done.
It's course management. I mean, that's course knowledge right there. You know that shot's going to react that way, right?
You do. I don't hit Maniacs in that green very often. I don't.
It seems scary.
I mean, what's behind it? There's
water.
There's water behind it, and you've got 2 hole outs. Mm-hmm. But if you trust yourself and you feel like you've put in the reps, so to speak, and you've got a whole lot of volume behind you, you know what that ball's going to do, like you said. That's all about him understanding what's going to happen on that shot. I'm going to take a drink of this beautiful Tito's and sugar-free Red Bull. I think it's going to be important for us to lubricate the voice box,
Yeah,
all day long.
We'll see how quick I go to alcohol. I've got a much longer night ahead of me, so I'm trying to pace myself a little bit. We're here for the second ever Golden Tee Mobile World Championship here from the Westgate in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
We've got live chat going on here on YouTube. Hi, everybody. Matt Shulkin. Yes, I said lubricate. Lubricate the voice box. It's important.
And this will leave a Ranger putt.
Ranger. Vick needs to get back in this.
Cannot miss this putt.
And did this go off? No, it did not. That's very fortunate. That's one of the death bunkers. Ooh. That is a death bunker. So if I'm Matt Vick right now, you've got to know, I mean, you're playing the monster. You're playing the monster in the room. You know you've made many mistakes so far. I think it would be important if I'm Matt, let me get my game back on track for my next match. I'm not trying to say this match is over because there's opportunities out there, right? I doubt Lance is going to screw up anything, but Matt needs to get his game back on track.
I speak often, and I think this works in both worlds of Golden Tee, the comfort in match play of being up by 3 strokes, the comfort of being able to give a mistake away and still being able to lead a match.
That's so important, right? I mean, that's just huge.
And right now, you got to believe Lance has to know he's up by at least 1.
Oh, you'd have to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think 1. I think it would be safe to say, hey, he's probably not hold out twice.
But that being said, if they wanted to go and take a look up and just see where their opponent is, they could do that.
Lance is locked in, man. Headphones on. You guys can see it. He has not looked up one time. He has not looked up. Now, I'm going to say that, and he's going to look up. Watch. But nodding his head. He's got his music on.
What do you think he's listening to in there?
With Lance, it's hard to say. I think he's got a huge repertoire of music that he likes.
I would believe it's meditative.
Really?
Yeah, something that can keep him calm and just keep him smooth.
Lance,
a guy that is so well versed in just mobile itself, but understand he's also a borderline Hall of Famer in the world of arcade.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And interesting career he's had. Played in the late '90s into the early 2000s of Golden Tee arcade. Was actually played and won a Golden Tee arcade tournament in Australia in 2007. I
remember that.
One of 3 Americans that got to go play in that. And
Dean
then
went to that. Dean Liakakis
Dean
went to that.
Liakakis and Andy Haas both went to that. We were actually kind of talking about that before we came in here about playing Golden Tee in Australia and everything being metric. Meters, kilometers per hour
crazy,
in wind. Right? and Andy Haas would tell me about this conversion card they keep in their pocket to gauge what kilometers per hour was in the wind. And I'd never really even thought about that, but that was great.
So right now, Lance is playing the par 5, and it looked to be, Vic, another mistake. That bunker's not so bad. You can actually make this one.
And Matt just kind of looks up, and he kind of knows what's happening right now.
He knows he's being destroyed.
Yeah.
But he knows now, and he's laughing. He's just got to get his game back on track. And
I mean, the first 4 strokes have been missed. Is putting. Is that a nerves-related issue? You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But, it is. But I saw him bang in a 44-foot right 5 or 6. So, I mean, if you make that putt, you can make a lot of putts because that's not an easy putt in this situation. But I don't know, man. I just know that this is going to be a fun tournament. There are some players in this tournament that are just freak nasty. Lance obviously being one of those players. Riley Hitchcock has really come onto the scene the last year since we had our 2021 World Championship in July of last year, and is just a world beater right now. And, of course, with Tony Johnson being out, it just opens up the field that much more. But, my God, man, what would you pay to watch Lance and Tony in a World Championship final?
That would be captivating.
It would,
to say the least.
Yeah, it would. And they're good friends.
And that was a very, very safe shot from Lance Harris right there, knowing he didn't have to do anything that hard. Long par 3s on this course. This one being one of them. And he buries it.
Just another one. Just rolling along.
Yeah.
What is he at now? What's that say?
He is 20 through 14. 20 through 13. I'm sorry, 20 through 13.
This course sets up, I believe, 13-13, 26 under par maybe. I'm going to have friends of mine yell at me that I don't know that. All right, Rick Copperthorne already told me I'm a moron, and it's 27. So Lance is
mega putt
two
for
better.
Vick.
There you go. Get yourself going.
Yeah, just get some putts in right now and get some rhythm going for that next match.
It's double elimination.
So this is in the first round.
This is our first match, 2022 World Championship. A lot of history in this building, isn't there?
Yes, sir. A lot of history for just the Golden Tee platform itself. Today we'll celebrate playing our 11th playing of the Golden Tee World Championship Arcade beginning tonight, and then with this new venture with us in Golden Tee Mobile. What a great venue this has turned out into being.
Yes.
Great. Kudos to Andy Coleman and the work that they've put in.
Here we go.
And now Lance playing maybe a little wayward shot right there, but he's not looked up, but he's got to know he's feeling good.
I think that, last year the players couldn't really see the screen like they can see it now. So I am surprised that Lance hasn't looked, because there's going to be, and maybe he will, Chris, if he has a look that he thinks it really has a chance of hitting water, he would probably want to know, hey, where am I at in this match?
Yeah, 76-foot putt right here for Banaments. Seen that name for a long time. And just a little south of the hole.
Yeah. The mistake, of course, on this hole was that he wasn't closer. But there's no shame in missing a 76-footer. It's just getting yourself not in position.
Drops his first stroke of the match.
Yes, he does. Still in great shape. Lance is fine. Vick continues on. He will be moving on to this par 3. Water behind this green, but not really in play, especially with the shot that Matt is looking at.
I love a good orbit shot. It just reminds me of some good old school Golden Tee 4. Just some good backspin.
That's a good ball. That's fine.
Maybe not there, but a lot of the steep hole. As he'll walk into 18. Mr. Consistent, being 6 feet from the hole in these shots where you need to be 6 and 5 feet from the hole.
Yep.
Also, good to see that great shot points will not be the tiebreaker this weekend, if I'm correct.
That is correct. And that's goodness. That is absolute goodness. I'm trying to pull up this match on my personal device because I can see it a little better, and it's a little bit behind, so it's really not going to help me a whole lot, unfortunately, because I do not see that screen as well as I like to. And at the moment, our monitors are not working. Lance from the pier. This is the play.
Common shot for both platforms.
Yep. He's going to go with the javelin. And, of course, if you follow this game for long, Mobile, that is the uniform, the outfit, if you will, that he has used from day one. The gas mask, the boots, the female player. Vick is now done.
Not what he wanted, 20 under.
Finishes 20 under par. Lance would have to go backwards drastically. Vick 7 strokes off of par in his first match. May have had some nerves. But Banaments is rolling. It's a very similar. That wasn't similar at all. That was a sniper.
He played a sniper,
in there,
I think.
Right on the hole.
For the purpose of that was just to be safe.
Yep, right on the hole. And now he is on 18 into his victory march. Just needs to get this up on the green. Now, I will tell you.
It's a deadly green.
That is, you do not want to be in this bunker. The only chance Matt has is that Lance goes in this bunker and can't get out. I think that has got to be the play.
Has his largest driver out.
The play should be you've got to go past this hole, land it on this green, and avoid that bunker on the left side with the most urgency that you have. So he is going to plant a sniper up here.
Full power.
Oh, beautiful.
Excellent.
And he lands it underneath the hole. Underneath the hole, he will bury this, and Lance Harris has won his first match of the 2022 World Championship here at the Westgate in dominating fashion. Did he finish 28? What did he finish?
I think it was 27.
27 under par, 7-stroke victory for Lance Harris. Matt Vick will move into the losers bracket. We're playing double elimination, 16 players. Lance will advance. I do have a bracket somewhere, and I will look at that shortly. Here is Chris Longino in your camera. Chad Trump with you. Here we are.